Yeah, I'm making a P1000 recording as well. Oh yeah. So I'll merge it with this one. It's just too spectacular to not let that happen. The gratuitous hashtagging of my name crosses all social media platforms. And the artificial intelligence recognizes that. Yeah, baby. And I'm a real boy. I'm a real man. I'm not a modified androgyne that got castrated or whatever. Or not castrated, but the androgynous Baphomet, the living Baphomet of the Illuminati. Castrating the men, hitting them with hormones, sticking boobs on them. Oh man, a lot of guys have to rethink their personal private time when they realize they've been fascinating and fantasizing about sex with the same gender or something else, some kind of an avatar. Oh well, I'm not, you know what? I've had people say, you know, you're pretty odd. Well, I prefer I'm an acquired taste. Yeah, and some people haven't acquired a taste for the truth or reality. They're so busy shoving digital distraction in their eyes, chemical distraction in their brain, taking a trip and not even leaving the farm. Yeah. Ray Stevens and the Wildwood Weed. We could take a trip and never leave the farm. We just smiled there sitting on that pack of seeds. Remember? Talking about the Wildwood Weed? That was years before I even tried marijuana. And then I found out that, man, people put stuff in there too. What the heck are they putting in the weed? So I've had acid. My first acid trip was 5 years old. My parents weren't drug addicts. It's not like I found it laying around. I was on my way to kindergarten. And a friend said, hey, do you want some cotton candy? I'm like, sure, I'll have some cotton candy. Well, I spit it out. I said, hey, that's cotton. Next thing I remembered, a car levitated and spun around. Don't remember any more of that day. But I remember that experience in about 2008 when I realized 9/11 was an inside job and they're intentionally putting toxic chemicals in the food, water, and air. Then I realized, oh my gosh, there's a battle going on that I didn't even realize that took on such epic proportions. I gotta zoom in on where the sun is poking through. Or will. Yeah, I've got to grab the tripod. When I talk about the stationary level Earth, it's nice to have it not spinning, not shaking. We can notice even a little bit of movement. If you've been on a boat and there's a little bit of movement, stuff falls off the shelf, things roll. You couldn't play, how many billiard tables are on a yacht? I don't think too many. One of my videos, it's in slow-mo, high definition slow-mo on my channel, and it's, I have mirrors on a billiard table, and those billiards don't move once they stop. They just stay there. So when PewDiePie is making fun of me, and especially where I said, I'm rock solid. Do you feel yourself spinning, wobbling, or gyrating? No, I'm rock solid. I'm rock solid right where I stand. PewDiePie is saying, making fun of me. Hey, Pewdie. I hashtag PewDiePie's name. It's in some of my videos. I'll hashtag it on his channel. He may see it. His handlers might not let him. I don't know if any of those, they're so busy having fun. Oh, okay, here we go. There it is. Job 37 says that the sun is in the midst of the clouds. And that is what I've had the opportunity to capture many times. So if you're watching the zoomed in view, I've got an extended version of my broadcast that's on YouTube right now. It'll be up there in a little bit. You could see it right now, but if you're listening to this zoomed in video, you don't know it's there yet. Of course, you might be watching it live right now and then come back later. I've actually got video where it looks like the same size birds flying next to each other at the same level on the sun from this vantage point, that one flies in front of and one flies behind. Well, obviously that wouldn't be possible if it were 93 million miles away. I don't know how far away the sun is or how it works. I know it generates a lot of heat, changes the volume and density of water. Do you know how much a gallon of water weighs? Well, that depends on the temperature. That temperature variant drives the whole hydrologic cycle. Evaporation, condensation, precipitation, in all its forms, rain, snow, sleet, fog, drives the water cycle of the world. Real science isn't afraid of investigation, as best I can tell. Reality isn't afraid of investigation. People are afraid of reality, best I can tell. God's grace is required to love and believe the truth, let alone find it. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 says to everybody forever, they refuse to love the truth and so be saved. For this reason, God sends them a powerful delusion. I believe helping people to believe the lie they want to believe. How about that? Moon sets at 8:37, roughly 2 hours and 11 minutes after the sun appeared here. With the tapestry of clouds that are up, it's unlikely I'll be able to show it to you today, but I'll try. I'll take us out to the Cherry Grove Fishing Pier in just a few minutes. But what's going to happen right now is it appears that the sun is going to slice through some thicker clouds and pop out the top. So on the zoomed in view, the way that the localized light, remember the Bible says the sun, moon, and stars move above a stationary earth and they're running their own course. What you're looking at in this, not just on this video, but in reality, is that where the sun and the moon appear and vanish on the horizon from a given vantage point can't be explained by the heliocentric model when you break it down and know what that is. That's the sun-worshipping religion of heliocentrism, the godless cosmic Big Bang, the Masons, the builders, the Illuminati, the magicians, hijacking the cybernetic collective consciousness of humanity. Cybernetic meaning people are merged with their computers and their data streams and being deceived by them every day, every moment. So what I'm going to show you is the precision with which this works. I'm zoomed in on the sun, it's pretty. Now I'm going to zoom in on the water right in front of us. Okay, and that little sandbar I talked about earlier is gently being covered up with precision. And I needed to show that to you now. I know that the sun has some pretty stuff going on with it, the way it's interacting with the clouds. I've got a lot of it. If you like it and you don't want to hear what I have to say, you know, you can cue up some other sound, music or something else you want to listen to. All right. I've got the sun piercing through some clouds there. I've got a lot of occurrences of it. This isn't a one-time thing. I'm not going to say it's an everyday thing either. It depends on the cloud consistency, the humidity, the temperature, the location that I'm recording it from, all of that. So yeah, I'm the guy that captured the video that's been seen on Infinite Earth. I'm Robert Forsch, that's my name. That's why I hashtag my name. It's not hyperlinked for everybody on that video that's been seen about 750,000 times as far as I know. But when I hashtag my name, if anybody else wants to search it, they're going to find I'm the #1 result in the world for that. And that's why I do that. I do have a message. It's a message of love, hope, reality, faith, a lack of fear of what Satan would do. Fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. Hello. So I don't know it all. God does. And I've known him as Jesus, as, well, actually, when I was an altar boy, I didn't know Jesus was actually the creator. All things were created by him, for him, through him. If some of you know his Hebrew reference as Yeshua, great. If you're going to try and maintain dietary laws to be in right favor with God, I believe you've misunderstood the New Testament. Or misunderstand it. If you believe that people can decide to be a child of God, I believe you got that wrong too. God knows who all his children are because he caused them to be his children. They didn't decide to be. Remember, God is sovereign. He's in charge. There's that little sliver of sand that's being covered up with precision. That's why I talk about it. That's why I show it. I've got so much content. If somebody, I do have friends that will cut it up and put it together and put music to it, and I like it, share it. So if my liked videos are a bit confusing, the combination of celebrities with a varying degree of, well, different perspectives, and you think, oh no, he's a new ager. No, I'm wanting people to see the variety of perspectives people hold and how they're venerated in our society, and how people take their perspective and make it their own. That's just part of how it is. Good morning. All right. So I encourage people to get out and enjoy the beauty and majesty of creation. And God's word says that He, the Creator, is evident within His creation. His fingerprints are all on this place. I believe the creation story in Scripture. You can't flood a ball. We had a great flood. Shark teeth in the deserts, pyramids under the ocean. Hello. Water will just pour off of that clear vinyl globe that I've got. So what I'm going to do right now is take us for a ride on into the Prince Resort, Cherry Grove Fishing Pier. And I might be able to show us the moon set. From this vantage point, like I said earlier, but I'm saying it for another recording, 8:37 is when it's scheduled to set. So I'm not in control of what other people believe, listen to, watch on TV, any of that. One of the other things too is that I personally don't see that I'm responsible for what my wife believes, does, what our children, our sons, our adult sons, what they believe or think or say or what they do. They're responsible for it. We're all independently responsible for what we do. And that's part of the peer pressure that will shut people up. What will they think? What will they think if our family members can't be even convinced by us? Oh yeah, how about that? No, it's not my job to convince anybody. It's my responsibility to do what I'm created to do. It's the Prince Resort. I've got it looking like a perfect mirror at different times. I break down the videography and photography, talk about it, show it. 20 million people coming here this year. They're from Maryland. Kind of interesting. So when people bump into what you're looking at right now, as in what I do, they don't even have a point of reference to compare it with. And that's good. That's good. I don't either. I haven't seen anybody doing it. I'm not fashioning what I do after others. I'm not trying to figure it all out. There's the Elvis right there, the porta pumper. They don't have porta units here. That's for evacuating French fryers, deep fryers for cooking French fries and tater tots and deep fried cheese curds and all of that kind of stuff. I gotta shut my lights off here. All right, I'll be back, of course. But of course, the ice wall, PewDiePie. The ice wall, that's it. And the Game of Thrones clip on there makes it look kind of funny with Patricia Steer and him on the video. PewDiePie's pretty funny, pretty raw. I mean, I don't follow him much. I just see some of what he's done, especially when I'm in it. Okay, so we don't see the sun there today. Saw it yesterday. It's there. I'm going to take us right up to the Elvis. Thank you very much. Good morning, Sally. So that's where I came up with the neuro-linguistic, thank you very much, is Elvis. And do you feel yourself spinning, wobbling, or gyrating? Elvis the pelvis. I'll give a shout out to the Elvis recycling place. You could call them if you want. Look at that bad boy. We're going to have a Hampton Inn shoot up out of this parking lot here. We're told, maybe. So when I'm up on the pier, it's a pretty solitary thing. A few people will walk by. Man, on the beach, it's a bit different. There's my buddy Fred over there. So I meet a lot of the same people. The symphony of humanity that comes here. We've got people that are local that will come out day in, day out, run in the rain. The other day there was a pentagram and a swastika right out here with a I Love Satan on it. Oh well, the tide took it away. Hey, good morning, Fred. Excellent. Hey, buddy. Oh yeah. Okay, happy Sweet 16. So somebody has that's a nicer carving in the sand. People will leave messages in the sand, like I said. So one of the other things I did is created Veeams, and that's a distorted view of the camera, flipping it upside down. It says the orientation is locked. Rotate the device. Yeah, I will, when I feel like it. I just want to show you the absurdity of the upside down world. Let's zoom in on Mr. Elvis there. Do you think there's porta units and sewer trap vacuumers driving upside down in Australia? Australia, are you okay there? People on the beach laying upside down? No, of course not. Walking upside down. The zoomed in view looks absolutely mind-blowing. I'll show you. Come back later and watch it if you want. So we've got a lot of couples that'll come out here. Some of them same gender. Doesn't freak me out. I know it happens. There's men, women, and maybe undecided yet, according to them. Well, God decided for them. And so what I'm saying isn't hate speech. I'm just unapologetically biblical. Oh yeah. And I decided to make that perspective known to anybody who wants to listen. Most of them come up to me. I don't go chasing people down to tell them that they're sinning. No, I just I'll go ahead and do this and show people reality and say, hey, those celebrities that are being paraded around for the atrocities they're committing, well, that actually may be them or an avatar that is a clone that's going to go to prison, that'll be in solitary confinement. Just think about it. If any one of the, let's say Jeffrey Epstein, he's got private islands, private jets, all of that. Do you think he could have a clone? Do you think Elon Musk, talking about uploading yourself to the cloud, downloading a consciousness, transferring from one to another? Do you think Dolly the sheep was the only thing they cloned? Hello, as in the days of Noah. We don't know how technologically advanced it was before the flood. And by irony and paradox, we don't know what we don't know. So the sun is setting in that bunch of gray over there. No way I'll be able to show it to you. But you could look it up on the Tides Near Me app, right where I am, Cherry Grove, South Carolina. You can confirm the numbers if you want, and you can look at that Tide app and see what the tidal activity is doing all over the earth. However, how can you confirm it? Really, you would have to have somebody there that you can trust. So I'm covering this area. That's what I'm doing. It's my little lemonade stand of truth, reaching out to the world. I'm going to be on library. I'm going to hashtag library in this. It's a blockchain-based way to store and share our content worldwide. So artificial intelligence isn't necessarily all bad. It just doesn't have much of a conscience yet. Ooh, look at the sun cutting through the clouds. I've got to start another recording. If you're watching this one, know there's another.